Hi, how you doing? Rich from Elk Endeavors here. Hey, today I wanted to talk about traffic, and I'm going to be talking about paid versus free traffic and the differences between the two and how you're going to be successful using both, but looking at different ways that you want to work with those. So before we get started, I want to ask that if you like what I have to say, please give me a thumbs up in the comments below. Also, if you could comment on the video, and then subscribe if you're getting value. If you're getting value out of this, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you know when I put videos out, and we'll go ahead and get started. So as always, I have my notes here, so I'm going to be looking down. But we're going to be talking about paid versus free traffic. Okay. Now, I started out with paid traffic for my affiliate marketing business, and it's a really good way to get started. It's a good way to get, growing your list. But the problem with paid traffic is that, especially when you're just starting out and you really don't know what you're doing, is that it's really, really hit or miss, right? And so when you think about traffic, if you're paying for it, the cheap traffic is cheap traffic, right? And if you look at, if you're looking for quick, fast, easy traffic, usually it's cheap, but usually it's not very, very good, right? It's not, there's not many people, there might not be a lot of buyers, there might not be a lot of people that opt in to your list. So, you kind of get what you pay for in terms of paid traffic, and especially if you're starting out with it, right? So the problem that I've discovered is that paid traffic, you have to sort of having income coming in order for it to work, in order for you to be able to pay for it. But in order for you to be able to pay for it, you have to have good traffic that will buy your products, right? And so that's where the organic traffic, or the free traffic, quote unquote free traffic, comes from. But that's what I'll get to here in a second. So my big thing with paid traffic when you're first starting out is that you have to be very careful in terms of how you're spending your money. And it's really hard to figure out, and you're going to hit some bumps and bruises. You're going to have some bumps and bruises along the way because you just don't know what you're doing. And you can take courses, all kinds of courses and stuff, but until you actually go and do it, until you actually figure out how to, what the best provider is or what different types of ads are, you're just going to struggle a little bit. Okay. And that's just the long and short of it. So that's something that you want to keep a hold of and keep track of. Now, in terms of, let me just make sure yeah. So when you think about free traffic, okay, people talk about free traffic. Free traffic is not free. Okay, that's extremely, extremely important. It's not free. Okay, it takes time. It takes investment of time. It takes patience. It takes grit. It takes tenacity. You have to build in order to get free traffic, in order to get, and I prefer to call it organic traffic. And I think most people do call it organic traffic, but when you think about how you get that organic traffic, it really, really takes a long time. Now, I'm a big proponent of that, and you've heard me talk about how this is not something that's a get rich quick scheme. You have to build, you have to become a brand. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but ultimately, when you're talking about organic traffic, the reason it's organic is because you've built it and you're driven to succeed, and that drive makes you continue to push content, continue to create content, continue to think of different creative ways to build your business, and that's really what it takes. So that's where it's kind of the chicken before the egg kind of thing. So when I started out doing solo ads, because that's all I knew how to do, and that was what the course I was taking told me to do. And I was like, I paid $150 for 500 clicks, and it was really it was scary because I'm like, $150 was a lot of money to me at that time. And so, I mean, it's a lot of money to anybody. And so, I did my solo ad. I didn't get any purchasers, but I did get a lot of opt-ins. And those opt-ins, those subscribers are a year later, they're still opening my emails and I still communicate with them. And so that's how you sort of build a following. again, the chicken before the egg, like no one from that initial, even though I've been communicating with them for a year, no one from that particular run, that first run of $150, no one bought from me. No one purchased anything from me, but they still open my emails. So it's interesting. I kind of curious as to like why. But at any rate, you know, that's where the chicken before the egg thing comes in, because in order to get organic traffic, you have to get like those people and on that initial 150 minute run, or initial 150 click run, or $150 run for 500 clicks. You know, some of them have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and you know, so I'm building my relationship with them, and I guess I have a good relationship with them because they keep opening my emails. So that's a good thing. So then, you know, once I get my YouTube channel rolling and my website, people start visiting my website, elkendeavor.com. Then you start seeing, like, that's where the organic comes from. But that takes time, it takes investment, it takes patience, it takes grit, it takes tenacity. Okay, so that's really what that's what I want to get to now, which is building. Okay, what you have to build in order to get organic traffic. And I really do believe that this is the avenue that you have to go with, because if you keep buying solo ads and you keep buying CPA and all these different like types of paid traffic, and I don't know much about paid traffic because I stopped using it because I was concerned about like how the quality of it wasn't good. I can't afford yet as a business person to go after the really good high quality traffic because that takes a lot of money in order to get there. So I have to figure out the balance and the scaling. And so, you know, when you're thinking about how you're building, you're ultimately trying to build. You have to build a community around you. Okay, people buy from the person that is promoting the product, right? They're not necessarily buying the pen, right? This is my brand of pen. I go, it's the Pilot Ultrafine G2, right? But people aren't going to buy this pen from me. They're going to buy it because it's me trying to help them write. Okay, I'm not trying to sell them the pen. I'm trying to help them write more smoothly, more effectively, you know, faster, whatever it is. They know that if I'm promoting this pen, that they can trust that the pen will be good, right? Or that I will help, you know, make sure that I get them taken care of if they don't particularly like the pen. Okay, so you're building this community of people who believe and understand and look forward to you communicating with them. Okay, so you're building an audience. Okay, and that audience then becomes raving fans. Like you're trying to build this community, you build the audience, and then they become raving fans, right? And they're looking for the next YouTube video. They're looking for the next thing that you're gonna say. You're looking for the next product you're gonna promote, and then they become customers. Right? They don't just become customer. Very few people, it's like 1%, just buy on the first contact with someone, right? So you have to build an audience, create that audience, make them raving fans by offering really, really good content, and then they become customers, okay? And that's how you build your brand. That's the most important thing, is you want to build a brand around you, build the brand around you, okay? And make sure that people, you know, like, and trust you, and then they will become raving fans and then customers, okay, and still remain raving fans, right? So that as you grow, you know, I'm a year into this. I expect, as you know, a year from now, I will have you know, my own courses and my own things that I'm promoting, and as I grow my business and scale my business, you know, people will follow along with me and want to learn what I have to say, or listen to what I have to say, because they know, like, and trust me. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today: paid traffic versus free traffic. It is kind of a, you know, it's a balancing act. It's definitely a chicken before the egg kind of situation that you have to navigate. You know, you're gonna stumble with paid traffic at first, but ultimately that's the only way you're gonna get traffic at first. and then, and then you start building an organic list, and it just kind of snowballs from there. So that's what you need to do, is like figure out that snowball effect. It will happen. Okay. Just trust in the process. It will happen. It's just a matter of sticking with it and sticking with the program, and continuing to build your community. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what I have to say, please subscribe. Drop me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video, which will be Monday. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.